guys welcome in. How are you guys doing tonight? Welcome to yet another part of Betrayal at Krondor. This is part 10 of the playthrough. We actually made good progress last stream. Managed to finally complete chapter 3, which we've been struggling with for quite some time now. And, of course, the final solution was in the waterfall cave, in the room that was inaccessible. So that eventually led to our capture, and we were captured and ended up in jail. Somehow miraculously escaped by an unknown benefactor that somehow got us out of the mess. But we're left without our weapons and largely just inner skivvies, and all we had to our name is a broken bottle cap and a used piece of gum. So we're gonna have to start by seeing if we can at least find our stuff and puzzle together the pieces again. There are also now only 2 of us. James has left us, he's gone on his own quest. So I saved and made a new save for game 10 at the end of last stream. Probably want to, as we usually do with this game, play a little bit with the brightness. I usually have it set slightly down, but in this game I usually like to set it a bit up, since the game itself is usually a bit dark, but otherwise looks pretty good. It seems about right. Let's switch over to the game screen, which also looks pretty right. I want to just move it here a little bit, expand it a little bit on this side. Yeah, seems about right. Looks pretty good. Yeah, there's it's just Goroth and it's Goroth and Owen that are left in the team. James has left us for now. I'm hoping we can easily find our stuff, because we had spent a lot of time trying to get all of these weapons. Just fix this just a little bit here. And we go. Correct. Now let's see where we can go from here. Yeah, okay, so this is largely all of our crap. Well, some of it at least. Not all of it though. That's his armor, and that's his weapon. That's his crossbow. Sadly, James has the best crossbow of the bunch. So it's a bit of a problem. We basically left with it. Take those 2 weapon enhancers, put them on Goroth. Not going to be finding much use for any of this stuff on Owen for now. Put the extra bowstring there as well. Doesn't matter where we place the lockpicks, it doesn't matter where we place these items, so we'll place them on Owen and use his backpack as well. Not obviously going to get all of our stuff back. I don't see the stuff or the armor that Owen was wearing, but it might still be here somewhere. There are more chests in here. Okay, there is his stuff. That's his armor. His new stuff. The rest of his food. So we're not too badly off. It's just a... Would even hazard to say that we might have gotten lucky this time around. All of our enhancement and magical items and potions and so on, but at least those that were on these two and not on James, they're all here. The fact that we have the lesser bow is not a huge problem. Try to put the healing items on Owen, as much of them as we can. Rather put the armor enhancements over on the other side, if we can make that work. This is pretty much an equal split here. Neither of them have much space. Koroth has 2 spaces left and Owen only has 1 of them. So, as per usual, the inventory is absolutely stacked. Let's see what else is in here. Some unfortunate soul will take all of his things, except his armor and weapons. Those were all our money has been taken away, it seems. If it's gone for good, I'll be plenty mad, because we spent a lifetime collecting the little cash that we had. Okay, we're in a totally different dungeon. Oh, this is a dungeon we've never been in before. Let's see if we can get out of here, if we have to pick these locks. That's going to be a little bit difficult. James was obviously by far the best lockpick that we had. This key did fit. We do have almost full health, and we have decent amount of rations, so we have that going for us. This spells trouble immediately. See if we can at least sneak in for a surprise, but no. The enemy hit themselves. That's a bonus. We're all standing here in pretty much central formation, so we can do damage to a little bit of damage to all of them with the flame cast. Might be the only chance that we actually get. Hey there, Cleaser, welcome in. We're starting chapter 4 here tonight. We were captured, taken into jail, but some friendly benefactor saved our asses. Luckily, well, we ended up lucky enough to escape, but with don't have any money. But we do have most of our weapons, but one less member in the crew left. Luckily for us, this enemy is a complete garbage bowman, and he's taken something like 5 shots, and he's hit one of his own men. I think in all of those cases he might have hit Owen once. But yeah, we'll celebrate your sub renewal tomorrow. We got out of this one alive. Now we're lucky in a sense that we do have quite a bit of rations. So as long as we don't end up in a situation where we can't heal. Hey there, Eva, welcome in. Thanks for shouting out, Gleeser. Heroes of Might and Magic and Untitled Champions streamer. He hasn't been at the helm recently though, but hopefully he'll be back soon. How many churches does this have? 11. Can't really use it. I'm good. Are you multitasking? Grab these poisonous arrows as well. But other than that, it's mostly just weapons and armor here, for which we don't have any space at the moment. We had perhaps better rest before moving much forward. We took quite a bit of damage. Might even want to rest a little bit more. Sounds about right. Then we'll use the counterclose spell. Like we can see what we're doing, which is helpful. I did backward trouble. What are these guys? Just 40 damage in a single blow. That sucks. Hard to hit as well. Let's try to keep Owen alive here. That's basically our task right now. Try to let him heal between rounds, and it didn't work out. A round too late. We'll come back to this. We need a little bit better luck here. Not a lot, but a little bit better. We could for example, do with getting lucky. The massive amount of damage this guy does to us. Okay, that worked out better. We fell anyway. Wondering if we should... instead of trying to gain health, whether we should just go into a defensive pose and try to maintain defense on his side, boost his defenses so he doesn't get hit again. We can take this guy with Goroth. It's not a problem. Let's try that instead. Slightly different tactic. We could use the third member of the party right now. So what we'll do this round is we'll heal. And then we'll assume a defensive stance. For the rest of the battle. Might actually work out in our favor. Still got hit once now. It's the alternative. Why does he keep focusing on Owen? I would, but why does he keep doing that? Now he moves. I should have kept up the defensive stance. Let's try this again. Once more. Forward and into battle, as they say. Okay, we got the element of surprise. Let's take advantage of that fact and hit this guy. All we've got. Defensive stance here. Down this guy goes, and this one doesn't actually have a lot of hit points left. That went very well. Not sure that could have gone any better for us. Actually, what weapon is this? Goblin sticker. 15 plus strength, 29 plus strength. It's actually a very good weapon, far better than the standard weapons in the game. Pretty sure it would fetch a pretty penny, but I don't actually think we have any space on us to take it with us. These guys were decently armed. They're considerably better equipped than some of the previous monsters that we've fought in this game. Need to cast a candle glow, so we don't have a clue where we're going otherwise. This dungeon is absolutely crawling with enemies. Yeah. One chance of using Owen is basically if we're lucky enough to get the element of surprise. Otherwise our chances of being able to use him are pretty poor. We can keep up the defensive stance. That's perhaps our best move. Luckily for us, these enemies aren't nearly as strong. Hey there, 48k RAM, welcome in. I'm getting beaten to death here. Much, well, chagrin really. Yeah, these are tough battles. We're trying to escape. We ended up at the end of last stream. We got captured, and that started chapter 4, marked for death, which is all about escaping this place. And these are tough enemies. There are only 2 of us now, and one of us is a magical caster. Can't really do any damage unless he's out of range or in ranged combat. When he's hand to hand like this, he's largely useless. All he can really do is defend himself, or try to at least. Right now we can't hit the water while standing in a boat.
What say ye, computing gods? There we go.
Good work, 48k RAM. Good follow, 48k RAM for some Atari 8-bit goodness. Nice tech streams and some nice game and demo streams as well. Was a nasty hit that Owen took just now. We're nowhere closer to beating these guys either. One down, 3 to go. Owen just took a 30-point hit. Yeah, he's down. An evening of making cables, yeah. Oh, that went very poorly. That went very poorly as really could be expected. Some of this is just the throw the dice. Now we did get the element of surprise, and that helps considerably because that means we can use the Flimcast spell. We'll try to cast it here in the center and hope it ricochets as much as humanly possible. The guy in the middle took 60 damage. We also took a great deal of damage casting the spell. So there's that. This guy should be close to death. No, it's this guy in the middle here that's close to death. Not sure how we do this. Now Gorth is fighting 3 of them. Yeah, all of the fights in the waterfall dungeon were hopeless as well. We did eventually make it through all of them, but this game is really tough. The battles in the later stages of this game are really difficult. It's not impossible, but the real problem is that even if we make it through here with Owen so badly damaged, it takes so much to heal him. That's really the problem. If we were just able to rest and sleep and just walk this off, that would not really be a problem, but if his health gets down to this level where it's basically 0, then it takes multiple turns to even sort of nurture him out of it, and that's really just too tough. Now we got lucky again. Do we risk using the flanker spell on this guy in the middle here? It does cost us quite a bit of health, but it also does a bit of damage to all of them. Do we then focus on this guy in the middle that we dealt the most damage to? We might. Hope to take him down as quickly as possible. That leaves the 3 of them. Owen is now at 27. One big blow more and he's basically dead. We're having multiple rounds here where we aren't getting a single blow into this guy. That somehow seems a little bit inaccurate sometimes, because he has like 2/3 of a chance to make a hit and even go 5 turns without having a single one. Which seems kind of tough. Owen is pretty much dead. Our only real hope is that he keeps up his defensive stance long enough to Gorth to make it down here. No. What a pain in the ass. One more round and we would have been okay. Okay, what we'll do here is we'll rest Owen a little bit more. We can gain him a few more hit points. There's another thing that is makes this even tougher than it would be otherwise, is that casting the magic costs us health and stamina as well. So even casting the light spell costs us health and stamina, so cornered here by these two guys. These misses seem very weird. Obviously the enemy has good armor, but still seems weird. I guess we might even have better luck just running around the map. We need to be careful that we aren't cornered. And, I'll give this one more shot, and if that doesn't work out, we'll just have to deal with the fact that Owen is basically down and have to nurture him back to health. Though it's going to cost us quite a bit of potions, and it's going to cost us a lot of food as well. Got the element of surprise. That does help. So it means we can cast the flame cast. Focus on this guy here in the middle. That will cause quite a bit of damage. Then we can attack this guy in the middle. Hope to take him down. Leaves 3 of them. Still better than the other solution. Let's go for the bowman. See if Owen can fend off these 2 guys. Maybe he can. No, he can't. Goroth is doing pretty well for himself, but Owen is down. At this point, Owen is basically a burden. When he can't cast magic, he's basically useless. It was fine in the party while we had James there as well, so we had 2 of the sword beaters with us. At this stage, it's very difficult to have him here. Maybe he has a staff in his hand, which has a few charges. Maybe we try having him fight instead of having him defend. Hoping that he's able to use his staff. Maybe that's a better plan. It only has like 20 charges, but still. If ever there was a time to use it, this seems about it. Not even sure how it is that we could even potentially use it. Maybe we just can't. This certainly didn't turn out any better. We could maybe try using it before we get to the battle. Maybe that works. Now he's of course, as per usual, the spellcaster is an absolutely terrible fighter. At least assuming that defensive posture works better. He already took like 40 damage. He's basically dead at this point. He has 2 health. Yeah. Might not even survive this one. Worse the health is, the worse our accuracy is. It's already pretty poor even with full health. Accuracy at this point is like 23%, which is piss poor. So chances of ever hitting them is very low. It seems to be like 1 out of every 4 blows when it's 66%, so who knows what it's like when it's at 23%. That probably means that we have a pretty much 0 chance of ever hitting them. I'm fairly sure that we can only really beat them if we get the roll of the dice that we get to at least start at an advantage. That also means that it's probably best for us to finish the battle that way, regardless of what happens to Owen. This at least means we can take down one of these guys fairly quickly, then we can focus on the bowman. That means we'll have to leave Owen down there with all of these scoundrels. I hope he gets lucky defending himself. It might not be the case, actually. This guy goes down. Oh, that's actually lucky. Let's see if how far we can get. For us, he can come all the way over here. Maybe we can have Owen run away a little bit here. Gorath can come into this place instead. Yeah, that's about as good a solution as we could have possibly gotten. Didn't mean to actually move Owen. Largely doesn't matter. That's what we wanted. We got extremely lucky this time around. What a tough little battle. Need to sleep for pretty much 2 whole days here, maybe even a little bit more. None of them are gravely injured. We can combine here. How many? Only 2. Okay. And drag the armorer's hammer over there. How many charges? 1. Let's put Sadek's Bane on the weapon. Let's drag this over here. Use it as well for armor repair. And dump it over here, then at least we've gotten a single use out of it. So out of space in the inventory, we can't even take any of these weapons for sale. 11 poisonous quivers. We probably can't take all of them. Forget how many there are. Maximum, that's okay. We have 19, that's fine. We can have 20 of each type. I have 19 poisonous now. Can Owen actually wear this armor? Armor mod is 25% and it has a 15% blessing. And, this one has 55%. And despite not being blessed, it's still a far better piece of armor. So we'll move it over. Let's use. This guy have, yeah, did. Had 1 charge left. Let's use it. At least gives him slightly better armor. It's very welcome, seeing as we're in deep shit in here. And some rations and torches, a very welcome sight. Burning up our rations pretty quickly. Move. See if we can put 11 of them here. Gives us 2 packs of 14. Let's sort of follow Spiritual Chief of Bronx. Welcome in. Try to split the rest of the rations between them. And we live to fight another day here. Let's zoom out of the map again. I'm sure this is not the last fight that we're going to have in here. Swing across here. Is this just a dead end on the other side here? A little bit strange. Doesn't seem to be. Anything over here? That's a waste of a rope. How many ropes do we have? Plenty of ropes. Fine. Swing back over. Having a little game of swinging back and forth here. It's fine. This was not a circle as I somewhat expected it to be. Let's go back and see. Whether we can go further down the other direction here. There was something over here as well. Pelican united the clans of the north at this spot. All who visit here should kneel and praise the gods for his grand power and wisdom. Really? It fascinated him, not ordinarily given to morbid moods. Korath allowed himself to study the tombstone and the name and epitaph inscribed on it. Would that actually do anything for us? Probably not. We already go here. Yes, we did. This is indeed where we went. Was the first turn. This, as we know, was a dead end. Pit and then followed by a dead end. This is a chest. It's a Moritral box with a word lock. Korath scanned the runes. Go blind as well and lead the blind well. It's probably a cane. The chest thumped. Opened up. Already have a better condition bow of this type. The really good bow left us when James left the crowd. Wish I would have known that so I could swap it. I have no idea why the camera keeps moving my face about. It's not being asked to do so. It's just being a pain in the ass. We could use these though. How many do we have? We have 5 here. So transfer them over to Owen. They'll combine. The usual as a healing object. Now it picked itself up again and moved me back to the same spot. Leave me be, camera. This is where I want to be. Really not a lot of value in this chest. Piss poor, really. Still better than nothing, I suppose. Let's go back to the other room and work on the rest of the doors here. There's another one right here. Another swing over to the other side. Hard to see whether there's actually anything there, but let's swing across anyway. No, it's another frivolous use of the rope. Swing better. Waste additional energy and stamina. Oof. There was a pit that I walked right into. We're saved here, fine. don't need to go over here. Save early, save often. That's really the trick with this game. This was a dead end, right? Don't need to go down here again. Waste of a rope. Just around the corner here, there was another pit we simply walked into because it's right at the corner here, and when you walk into the wall it automatically turns you and keeps going, so it basically leads you directly into the pit. Behind the pit is another door which we need to open up. We were able to use this key before. This isn't the one we use now. Or is this one? Or is this one? And we actually broke it. Or this one. Not one of the common keys. We were lucky we got to lockpick it. He's only at 27 though, but James really was the lockpicker. We're headed for some battle here. Our problem here is that Owen keeps stumbling. How tough are these guys? Probably a magical caster standing there in the middle. Let's see if we can take him out first. Yeah, that's a magical caster, alright. Not sure he actually took any damage whatsoever. Probably wasted energy casting on him. Basically dead here. Okay, if we get the advantage again, we're not going to be spending our power on attacking this guy. We'll take him by the sword. We'll focus on trying to kill the other three. Might also try to get Owen out to the corner so the magician has a tougher time hitting him. Now is a use the flinker spell with the same sort of power, but we'll aim it at probably this guy. And we'll try to take the rest of him down with the sword. It actually turned out okay. Boros took a ton of damage. Try to back him into the corner here, so when he fires off his spells that he hits some of his own men, and we didn't get lucky this time around. He's too far gone. We can't gift him any of our health. Okay, so when we attacked him at the start, we significantly reduced the mage's power. So although it seemed to do nothing, it definitely did not do nothing. Did a lot of good. So that was probably the right move, even though it didn't look it at the time. Let's try that one again. Okay, that might have been the smartest thing we could do, actually. We did as the enemy often does. We went straight for the mage and took him down. That leaves the bowman that we could potentially take down using a spell, and these two guys. Let's have Owen heal up now. Spend our energy doing that. Still didn't work out. Still managed to take him down. Let's focus on taking this guy down first. We might need to suck it up this time around. Just try to heal Owen up. Despite his poor condition, because this is a very, very difficult battle, and it's very difficult to see how things could turn our way so that we don't lose either a lot of health or end up dying with one or more of them. He's at 100% near death right now, so we'll take 3 vials. We've already taken a healing potion, which will help a little bit. Doesn't help a lot, but it helps a little bit. How unlucky can you really get here? I guess we were just equally as unlucky as we've been so far. Oh. Basically lost all the process we had at least made with the potion. There's a trap in that chest over there. Let's see. Yeah, we can open it. Crossbow fixer. Might need to move some items temporarily down here. We can take advantage of this. At least we're able to use it. Probably combine this with the one that we have, or we can't. Already have one of these. I thought perhaps it's on Owen. Few ropes as well. We can combine those with the ones that we have, and this is what? A scroll. Scratched out of the scroll in painstakingly lucid detail was a magical spell which had been titled Evil Seek. To make a little room in his inventory. At least move it here and use it. Suppose this spell seems to be a combat spell. Seems to be a combat spell rather than a standard spell. Food, very welcome. Better condition armor than the one that we have. Might want to see if we could swap them. This is sometimes a bit of a pain in the ass if you want to do this. Might have to move his armor to this chest and go back here. Back here, actually. Take his armor and put it there. It's at 84%, which is in fine nick. So we'll use that as well. What does the mage have? He has a full vial of restoration potion. That's very, very useful to us right now. We can use up all of the ones that we had. Bring us much closer to being at full health again. More of the elven quarrels, we already have a few of them. 4 of them, let's add to the stock. This is a weapon item. Weapon enhancement. We're out of space as per usual. You never seem to have any space in this game for anything. Combine the torches at least. Then we can move this over. use some of it on the blade. It helps. Nothing else on this guy. Is that it? But there are one more of these guys. There are only 3 of these, including one of the bowmen and the mage. And there's an additional chest there, which is probably trapped. It's locked. There's a key that we definitely need at some point. And more poisonous arrows. I think we can only... Can't even take one of them. Leave them. What sort of arrows are they? Was it this one? Was it this one? Yeah, it was. Just regular poisoned elven quarrels, right? Yeah. Wondering why he doesn't store one more of them. They can come in handy for sure. Now, we have no choice here but to rest a little bit longer. There's no way we're proceeding with Owen in this condition. Healing will take a little bit of time. Usually what we can do is we can take one of these and we can take 3 potions and then we can rest. It's about what actually works. His near death is now at 7%. So he's actually pretty close to being starting to heal again. So if we rest now for a full 24 and another full 24, we'll be at pretty much full health, but we will have wasted quite a bit of rations. We're down to 24 rations. About what we started with. We've been relatively lucky with finding some of the rations. I think we'll count this one as a win. You don't want to do this too often. It's very costly in terms of equipment and rations to have to do this. I'm fairly certain we needed to finish this battle though, because we definitely need this key. Probably no way to proceed out of this dungeon without getting this key. Back down this hallway we go. Now the question is, what's the next step? In here. Now we go here. This one was closed. Go back to this main tomb here. There were 2 or 3 additional doors in here. I think we already checked these chests. They were basically filled with some of our inventory from before we got captured. Not all of it, but a decent percentage of it. This is another door. Mordor, as they say. I won't check the skeleton key quite yet. You could pick this one. What's behind door number 2? That's just a dead end, right? There's nothing behind there. We won't know unless we swing over, or it's very difficult to tell. We have plenty of rope. Just go for the swing. Oh, carefully around the corners here. Been caught in a trap where there was a pit right at the edge of the spin. Been caught in one of those before. Let's not get caught in another one. A lone witch hag stood before them, hands on hips. Their opponent seemed completely prepared, making one wonder if there were reinforcements close at hand. Even alone would give them quite a fight. It's one of these guys. Evil Seek costs 20 health, stamina. Gives variable damage, but strikes more than one target. This is very useful. It's use a near full power fling cast on this guy. Then strike him down with a sword. Let's not waste time trying to fight. Use as much power as is absolutely needed. Rather rest afterwards than take a ton of damage and have to repair it, which is far more annoying and more difficult to do. Actually turned out pretty well for us. Owen took a lot of damage, but he's not near death, so it's just a matter of sleeping it off using the rations. That we can do. Might have used 6 rations, but we're still alive. It's on the hag. No restoration vials and some of these herbal packs as well, which is useful. We used quite a few of them. So we're at least, I would say we're a net positive still. We've used fewer than we've gained. Another difficult battle here. This time around there are only 2 of these guys, so as we run, or make Owen run at least, then we use the flame cast, maybe 3/4 of the strength, and we aim it here. Did pretty well. We just have Owen heal while Goroth takes this guy out. That was not a difficult battle at all. Nothing close to the ones that we've had so far. I'm thinking the battles where we had to go fetch the key were perhaps the most difficult. Another bowstring. Don't really need one right now. We aren't really using these rings. We really should be doing so. have 2 charges left of this one. I wonder if we can bind them. Hey there, Edgery. Welcome.
Sorry,
in.
no pineapple
Thanks for the
here.
raid.
I don't see any.
Welcome, guys, from
There should be, because
yeah, I'm
if you
listeners from
like
Finland
pineapple,
channel.
then it goes.
What were you guys up to tonight? Undoubtedly playing some Amiga stuff. Hope it was good. We're struggling our way through Betrayal at Krondor here. Currently on chapter 4 of this game, where we got left in this dungeon after being captured. We got lucky. Someone helped us escape. We're alive. It's an I, a jury, not an L. What was the red potion again? Ah, yes, that's the accuracy potion. I think we used the last of them at some point. Swap.
Sorry, no pineapple here. I don't see any.
Yep.
There should be, because if you like pineapple, then it goes.
We'll leave the restoration potion there and take the accuracy one. They're very useful when you need them. Which is pretty much always actually in this game. Are you like 7 of 9? Are you damaged? Eva? Yeah, I hope the API error was good. Okay, what are our options here? There's a fork. Always a fork. Fork to the right, or we could keep going. Let's examine the fork first. We did find a key, but it's not the key that we want. Easy to pick. Doesn't appear to be any unfriendlies in this room. It appears to be largely empty. Walk a full circle here anyway. Doesn't really appear to be anything in this room except this single treasure chest right smack in the middle of it. And what's in the chest? A red key. Some more rope. How much rope do we have? Might be able to swap those. Take as much as we can. I think we now have 40 ropes. That's more than enough rope. How much rope do we honestly need? Might actually be able to drop one of them. This is a dead end. Yeah, that's the end of this door. We've taken every corridor there was here. We went into that room, and there was nothing here. We ventured into both of these. There was nothing here. Yeah. Okay, so we've done this door. It's time for a door over here. There's more door. This one can't be picked. That's the door that required a skeleton key. It leaves this one, which is probably then the door we should proceed with before it's actually open. What's behind this door? It's actually impossible to tell whether this is a dead end here on the other side or whether there's something there. We have, as mentioned before, plenty of rope, so let's use one of them, or two actually. Swing back and forth. Leaves. Owen shivered, uncertain how long he and Goroth had spent in the darkness of the room beyond, each rendered helpless by the mind-numbing drugs administered. Okay, this is the no hurry to return to the cages, so this is the way back to the jail. I think we already know what lies that way. Let's try another one. Okay, we're not supposed to go here, so we are supposed to go here, and this is what needed the skeleton key, which we needed to complete. 3 relatively difficult battles to get to, so I assume this is how we get out of this mess. And once again, there's a fork in the road. We'll swing across. Walked right into that one. It looks pretty tough. Move. I think she froze us. We lost a round. I think she missed with that spell. We actually might get lucky here. Owen is still frozen, but he's alive, even though it's very barely. I'm sure never has this message been more appropriate in the game. That was pure luck. How badly injured are we? We only have 3 health points left, but we're not dead. It's really what matters. It's just a matter of resting and using the rations that we have. Restore our health. And let's see if we get lucky and find some more rations. We could do with some right now. We're down to 16 rations per character. More of root oil. Actually quite useful. Might use it right now. You can use it both on the weapons and the armor as well. Emerald. Poach that. Can sell it, make some money, which is good. They stole pretty much every single cent that we had. Damn things. Yeah, the bot does its best, but when it gets called with an incorrect username, it basically just spews out whatever error which gave it, which in this case is an API error. Another door over here. Big battle down there. Might want to take a look at what's left behind here before we go there. This might be the way out. So examine this one first. Another battle here. Seems smaller though. Got the element of surprise. There are 5 of them. Let's try this new spell that we found, which is we apparently can cast with an enormous degree of power. Wow, that is a very powerful spell. Did 40 damage to the middle one and then did 20 damage to all of the other ones. Oh, that's certainly a massive boost to what we've seen so far. Difference being that we can now focus on beating down these guys, and it might only need one blow take many of them down, though let's hope they don't kill Owen in the meantime. Might want to see if we can have him heal. Not enough. Might try this again. We got a little bit unlucky just. We were very lucky with the... We got very lucky with the bow shots. I think we can get out of this with far less damage. Again, we get the element of surprise. Again, I'm going to use this amazing spell. Might want to move him about here, makes him more difficult to hit for the bowman. Might want to try it again. He still has 53 health. Decent chance I actually hit this guy. Yeah. An amazing spell. Far more powerful than the fire one, and doesn't do nearly as much damage with friendly fire as the other one did. And biggest problem with the flamecast spell is that you would cast it and it would ricochet and it would do damage to yourself, or it would do damage to one of your teammates. Yeah, it's been a long week. It's a Friday. I gotta get down on Friday. Elven Quarrels. We might be able to combine those with the ones that we already have. We now have 13 of them. Keep them around. Take at least 7 more, I believe. No, you take up to 25 in each pack. Probably more poisonous ones as well. You take 6 more. You very rarely get to use the arrows because it's pretty rare that we're fighting in ranged combat.
Oh, there's a bit of inertia, right? Wow.
Yeah, Cheers is finally back at the house streaming.
When I need it,
He gave us a raid last time. Should definitely go throw him a follow. He's been playing Warhammer, right, Jizz? Warhammer 2, I believe. Yeah, Fall Guy was good. A treasure box with very little treasure in it. What's that? Okay, those are enemies. Okay. I didn't actually think they were enemies. I thought it was an item. I wouldn't have approached so carelessly. Had I realized that, I'll probably have to load again. Let's take down the mage or the witch before she gets all of us. I'm going to meet a very sticky death here. I'm going to have to try this fight until we get the element of surprise, because I don't think there's any chance we beat this without the element of surprise. We need to be able to cast at least one spell. That's no way we survive this otherwise. That turned out equally poorly as the previous attempt. Mage is dead, but potentially that doesn't help us. Woman is weak. There's a decent chance that we simply forgot to rest after the last battle as well. Seems weaker than he should be. they both do really probably auto fight this for now and restore and try to see if we can't rest a little bit and restore our health a bit more before we proceed. Somewhat predictable outcome of this battle, I believe. Yeah. Restore. I'm probably right though. We probably did forget to save. Go back down the corridor. Yeah, we did. Forgot to rest and we're not at full strength, which is pretty much a minimum requirement. Let's not cast a light spell. Saves us a little bit of health and stamina. Let's see if we can sneak up behind them. It's not an option though. See if we can take down the witch. Potentially to the rescue here. No, they've already chopped Owen down. Yeah, we're gonna need better luck than this. Don't think we're going to get the element of surprise here. Sometimes it's just near impossible. Hey there, Alpha Ventus. Welcome in. Yeah, we're struggling to escape. Let's see if we can take down the witch before he does a ton of damage to us. No, this is my first playthrough of this game. Because quite a few streams just to get around the mechanics of the game. Sort of getting better at it. Although I wouldn't say I'm good yet. Down goes the witch at least. Now our mission is to see if we can get Owen away so he can actually cast a spell. This is chapter 4, yes. We started it at the beginning of the stream. We managed to finish chapter 3 at the end of the last stream. That took a while. The dungeon at the behind the waterfall was quite difficult. There were many difficult battles in there that took a considerable amount of time to beat. There have been some tough ones in here as well, but there have also been some relatively easy ones as well. See if we can get Owen in a position where he can cast magic, that would definitely help. I'm gonna need you to actually land a blow here, Gorath. I'm gonna be very dead. It's your 4th miss in a row. At least was a hit. Down he goes. Might be able to cast the Evil Seek here. Potentially do quite a bit of damage. Yeah. This is an enormously useful spell. Wish we had it sooner in the game, but we'll welcome it now. Owen actually doing some good in battle for once. We managed to gain some abilities, and no one is near death, and we can just rest to resume our health, and that's welcome. We'll eventually, at this the way this is going, we'll run out of rations. Let's have that do for now. Let's perhaps use one of the many torches that we have instead of spending health points. Or maybe the ring. See what these guys had on them. Some rations. Most welcome. Here for those. Poisoned Surani quarrels. What are we talking about in terms of pretty low accuracy, but quite a bit of damage? How are these? Greater accuracy, but less damage. Choices, we really don't. I took the rations. I didn't check them though. I didn't check if they were poisoned. I assumed they were okay. Is that the rule? Is that the rule? If they don't stack, they're unhealthy. I've been wondering why that is, that they sometimes stack and sometimes don't. Well, they're spoiled. Okay. Makes sense. We'll leave them somewhere. Here, for example. Somewhat torn whether we should don't really use the arrows very much. There's very rarely actually a chance to use them. We might use them occasionally and then perhaps doing more damage. The less accuracy would be preferred. So I might take those and leave the regular ones behind. We don't really have space for anything else here. The witch might have some restoration potions, which we'll grab. What's down this hallway? Absolutely massive room. Does have one exit though. And a chest of some sort sitting here in the middle, which might of course be trapped. Yeah, the lore in this game has been a lot of fun. We did read through the entire manual before we even started play. Welcome back, 48k RAM. Congrats on the hamburger. I think we've tried every key. Sadly, James isn't with us right now. He was by far the best lockpick. Gareth really isn't very good at it, so unless we find a key to this one, I don't like our chances of trying to open it very much. There might be a key here somewhere on the chest. This is looking like quite the trip here. Undoubtedly, Owen will okay, there are only, well, I say only, but there are only 4 of them. Let's preoccupy this guy. I was hoping we could get away with running somewhere and casting a spell. Doesn't seem as though I can get that lucky right now. Doesn't mean I'll stop trying though. I was hoping we had gotten away with it, but alas no. One down. Maybe. Two down. Let's run up here. Might not actually need to do much of anything. We never did get to cast a spell, but these guys really weren't difficult enough to warrant it, so we got away pretty much without damage. These are poisoned. It's never occurred to me to check this before. It's very useful and makes perfect sense when you say it. Thanks for the tips. Generally I don't much like backseating, but if it's an obvious thing I missed, then it's better to know than not know. Don't really need more whetstones, we have plenty of them. More than we need really. How are we doing health wise? Could be worse. Allow ourselves to sleep once. We are getting pretty low on rations. This is a long dungeon. Maybe at some point we might have to go back as well. We didn't quite finish the last section down there, although we might be coming into a full circle here at this point. It does work, yes. I just replaced the adapter and it works fine. We're back on the retro PC. It's been, I think we were back on the retro PC last week. I think we only did I think I only did one stream on DOSBox with this game, and I think I might have done 2 with Might and Magic. It was a while we were without it. This is quite the maze. Pretty sure that's a way out. Yeah, we don't have endless space. I have 2 of the towers here next to me. The Amiga 4000 tower is here, and the Retro PC tower is here. Then I have the Pentium 4 tower under the desk and the streaming PC as well. That's about as much as I can actually fit here. The C64 is in the cupboard. This kingdom fool has married many women, yet he has never been married. Yeah, of course. Put the C64 in the bread bin, put the bread bin in the bread bin. That's what you're saying. I think we'll give up one of these, fit more gemstones. Can we combine these? Hey there, Yui. Welcome in. Nice to see you here. Why don't you find hippopotamus hiding in trees? They're really good at it. Of course they are. I think this is a weaker piece of armor than the one that we currently have. Surani has an armor mod of 30%. The one that we have is close to 50, 55, and even unblessed. Yeah, we already opened this. Okay, so this is potentially the way out. At least I assume it is. So I'm not ready to depart this dungeon quite yet. There's a bit to explore yet. Now, sadly, we left a bit behind here before. Since I'm a completionist, I want to go back and finish all of the dungeon before we leave. There have often been items, very useful items, laying around that we would have been very sad to miss. So we'll try to do as much as we can. Another battle here. There's 3 of these guys. We have plenty of stamina. Maybe we can make home and run away. Far enough that we either won't be harmed, or we can actually fire off a spell, which would be better. One down, 2 to go. Thanks for the follow, Jonathan. This is a pretty terrible proposition just to run around like this. You might as well just take up the defensive stance while we wait for Goroth to take down this guy. Too badly Goroth has taken a bit of damage, so slightly worried that he won't be able to take this guy down. The accuracy takes a major blow and he's injured like this. His accuracy right now is 27%. Given how the dice roll is in this game, pretty much means it's 1 out of every 11 blows or something that actually makes it through. You see, they've taken Owen down. That's a bad sign. Okay, let's put the game on auto battle and let's restore the game. See if we can turn this to our advantage. Not the first time we died tonight. I'm happy I don't have a die counter in this game. It's been cruel to us the last 2 streams or so, at least. We are not at full health either, which really doesn't help. I think we did manage to get the... Yeah, we got the element of surprise here. There's enormously useful to us. We can cast a spell to start with. We'll take down quite a bit of their strength. Go on the offensive here and just beat this guy up. So that went relatively well, at least a lot better than it did last time. How are we doing in terms of health? Could definitely be better. But we can maybe afford to sleep for 2 nights or so. Burn up another torch. Save, see if these guys had anything worth pilfering. Some gold, a key, some restoratives. Actual unpoisoned rations is very welcome at this stage. And barrel tail, which undoubtedly we can combine with the wonders that we already have. We get all of them. Yeah, there were only 3 of them. So what's behind here is being protected? Nothing. Okay, this is dead end. This was just the fun of the battle. Let's go further back. We already moved there. Yeah, we did. This was a dead end. Right. Check. Yeah, this is the way out. Okay. We'll go here. And, this is where the opportunity of navigating within the map becomes very handy. Navigating like this is a lot easier than it is using this pseudo 3D environment. Yeah, it's very nice. The only danger in doing this is if you have the map zoomed out too much and you don't notice the pit, then you walk directly into the pit and die. I've done that multiple times, so I can tell you that it's relatively annoying. Yeah, it's a bit of a drag when you've been wandering around and you finally see something that you missed and you run like mad to try to get to it as quickly as you can, and then you discover that there's a pit and you fall directly into it. This chest might be trapped. Yeah, it really is the pit. It's not trapped, it's one of these more retro lockboxes. This odd thing seems to get wetter the more it dries. These children riddles on these boxes. You're a fountain of knowledge about these 48K RAM, please stay in the chat. I don't like to Google them. I like the tips more than I like to actually just Google the answer, but I would. I don't think we have. No, I don't like these very much, and I refuse to get stuck by some childish puzzle in this game using these word boxes. So if I haven't had any help, I've just simply been Googling the answer. I usually don't do that, but in this case I have absolutely no shame. Might take this string in case we need it at some point. Other than that, there's nothing here. Yeah, I'll readily admit it at this time around that I'm somewhat cheating, at least. The game does help you a little bit in whether you've gone in every direction, in the sense that if there's only one way for the game to go, it will spin you automatically once you arrive at an intersection. But if there is if it's a dead end, or if there's more than one way, it will stop. So, for example, when we reach the end of this hallway, it will automatically turn me around. Okay. A BBC interface. Nice. This is an actual dead end. I made the mistake earlier of thinking that that's one of the reasons that I don't consider it cheating, because most of these old sayings are English old sayings that I simply just don't know. So I suppose that puzzles are relatively easy for some native English speakers, but for someone that hasn't heard some of it before, it's ridiculously hard, and I have no qualms about just cheating. Did we accidentally go back here at some point? We're back here. It's not where we wanted to be at all. And we need to go almost all the way back. I left a few rooms. Shortly after we passed the pit, actually. Yeah, we're gonna need to rest a bit here. Allow them to recuperate some energy. Might as well. Yeah, it's very nice. I got this about a year ago, and I really like this thing. We've been using it here with the retro games on both Fridays and Saturdays for both Might and Magic and Betrayal and Krondor and Lands of Lore as well. It really is a wonderful addition. Does a lot for the atmosphere. It's you can emulate this sort of thing, but it really just isn't the same. We had a failure in one of the adapters in the retro PC the other day, so the hard drive failed midstream basically. We were playing from DOSBox, and even with DOSBox and all the different patches that you have for it, and fluid synth, and all the various tools that you can use, still not the same. Still lacking somewhat. Yeah, it's pretty good. I should really image the entire SD card though. All I did was copy the saves. It's not quite the same. There are definitely differences. You can hear it. One of the things that is annoying about Might and Magic, for example, is that it knows it's running on an SC55. So when it runs on an SC55, it uses the MT32 emulation on it as well. So it knows it's supposed to have access to the entire MT32 default sound bank. And of course the SC55 emulation doesn't have that at all, so that's what makes the Ringo Tower, because when you hit the enemy, instead of getting the noise that you're supposed to be getting, you get a bell noise, which then gets vibrated, so it sounds like the bell is stuck. There are always problems with emulating anything. That's just the way it is. I'm sure we'll reach a point where you can basically get cycle accurate emulation of any PC hardware, but it will probably require a ton of resources. This is the one that I left behind here. I figured this was the way out, since this seemed like a massive battle. Now, we don't actually need to finish this battle because we already have a way out. But, let's see what this is about anyway. Let's hope that we get the element of surprise, and of course we don't. There are what, 5 of them here. Could be worse. Could be worse. See if we can run far enough away that we actually get to cast a spell. We might. Let's go for a full strength one. His spell really is fantastic. Might use up a lot of his health, but it also took out 2 guys. See if we can recover some health. Hope that the bowman doesn't take us down here. And just let him recover his health while we take down the other 2. He might be poisoned. Yeah, I'll take a look. Yeah, he's inside, burning like hot coals. Let's do something about that. He's 100% poisoned. He's also 100% healing. Yeah, offer a hint. I probably don't. This is the accuracy potion. Yeah, the anti-venom. Okay, thanks. None of this is explained by the game at any stage. You just sort of have to try each and everything, and sometimes you find out what works and sometimes you don't. And sometimes even after you use the items, you're still not sure what it actually did for you. So that helps immensely. what I have been doing is just using this and using the healing, and then you eventually get over the poison, but it does a ton of damage before we're able to get over it. Okay. Yeah, this is a lot better of a solution. Let's burn up these torches since we have them. The game is pretty graceful with the number of torches that it's given us. I'm sure there was a point to having this fight. Actually a decent weapon here, what Napta, unlabeled and unadorned, could still recognize the large ceramic container. What would it help? Napta applied to a sword blade in a small amount and set ablaze. It would separate the pain of any cut made with the blade, although it would quickly burn off a sword once applied. Yet another one of these enhancements. Let's split the rations between them. And we now has 14. Forth only has 10. Didn't have an equal amount. We can take some of these arrows. I think we can take 2 of them. Leave the rest. It's just a standard Surani crossbow, right? Oh, that's a Surani heavy crossbow. 40 per squirrel. It's a better bow for sure. Very good condition as well. Keep it. Yeah, that's the strength potion. We used to have some of these, but we used up quite a few of them in the very difficult dungeon behind the waterfall. Might pilfer this one though, it's actually quite useful. More lightning rings. Wonder how many charges you can actually have. The Ring of Krondor, this is the same, right? It is. But this one has 10 charges on it, which is probably the max. We'll take the one with the max. No, we don't need any more whetstone. We already have 2 of them, more than enough. There's these guys. More of these Surani poisoned arrows. Take them. More unpoisoned rations. We'll take them as well. I think we're full. Yeah, we are. Don't have space for more rations at the moment. We could make some, but we're very tight on space. It's really been a problem for most of the game. Endlessly running out of space. Let's see. None of the keys that we have fit this chest, it seems, and of course Goroth is not much of a lockpick. All we're doing is breaking the keys that we do have. Or breaking the lockpicks. Not much luck with that at all. Sort of hoping that one of them would actually have a key. 8 more rations. Tempted to get rid of the extra rope that we have. Stealing the rations instead. Don't know when we'll actually be able to buy some rations again. Isn't clear at this stage. Although we do seem to have found a way out, it isn't guaranteed that it's trapped. Let's save. Yeah, that went well. Based on previous attempts, if you fail at doing this, you're very likely to fail again. This is basically monetary gain. That's what it is. There's nothing else of value in this chest. Well, the question is, do we want to take this damage and the rations that we need to be able to do this? Or not? Owen is going to be near death, and we're going to have to stop 48 kRM. You don't need a single calculator. Let's see what it takes to bring him closer to... We do have quite a few of the restoratives. I don't remember how much it is, whether it's 5% or so per each one that we take. And if we take a healing potion, we can rest. Now we're at 62% with healing at 31. So we take another one of these. A further 3 of these. Then we rest some more. Now we're at 35%, healing is 31%. So take another one of these. Then we take 3 more of these. And then we rest once more, and then we should basically be over the hump. We're very close to it. Yeah, we are. Now we're at the point where we actually heal when we rest, so we need to rest quite a bit more. We're blowing the rations, but probably end up in a similar situation as we were in before. because we gained some extra rations and we did have quite a few extra restoratives, so this is all potentially worth it. Then we can pilfer this gold, which goes some way to restoring the gold that we had before we got captured. We had something like 1600 gold, which we should have spent on items that we might have been able to find again, but then again maybe not. This one we can't open at all, so we'll have to leave it. I think this is worth it. Take this gold for health swap here in the game. Yeah, I did, yeah. That's the one that had the gold. I checked it before I moved on. I took the 400 gold that were in it. Okay, this is another massive corridor. This is a big maze of a place. Okay, this is a dead end at least. Oh, there's only one way to go. There's obviously something on the other side, but hey, that's just wicked. Yeah, you're saying goodnight. Okay, you're leaving. Thanks for coming, man. You sleep well and enjoy your weekend. We're back here tomorrow night at 2200 UTC. It's now UK time as well. This is not a one key fits them all situation anymore. This is a simple matter of morning there where you are. Okay, yeah. People are very different time zones. 3 of these guys. Okay. Do have something now that we didn't have then though. We have this magical spell. So please feel free to die. Yeah, it's very nice to see you back at the helm streaming. Cheers, I'll try to pop into more of your streams. These guys weren't so tough now. They also have absolutely nothing of value, it seems. He has a strength potion, that's useful. Torches as well. Rations. That was absolutely pointless. Sometimes this game is so annoying. Let's see if we can move around. Do it with this body instead. Okay, it did combine it. Fine. What I think we'll do is we'll leave this one and take the Russians. Might only be 4 of them, but I think I'll take them anyway. I'll take the torches as well. This battle is over and done with. What's on this side? It's best save. And this is at that end. Nothing over here either. I'm glad we went back here anyway, since this treasure is welcome. We don't really technically need money to get along in the game, but there have been moments where definitely it's better to have some money, get along, get further in the game. For a long time we sold all sorts of trinkets just to gain a little bit of money. Not sure still whether we will find the money that we lost. We might. Yeah, I don't agree with Owen right now. It's very dark. I don't think it does. I don't think I've found a single instance of there being any fake walls. I tried clicking on walls at the end of corridors and it doesn't really seem to do much. I'm fairly sure it just doesn't. Okay, this is the final dead end. So we've arrived at the conclusion that we've pretty much completed this. Now, will you finally allow me to use the torch so I can see what I'm doing here? Thank you very much. We've completed this. Let's finish exploring this room. It shows its correct size on the map. We finished that one as well. That was at that end. So now we can go back here. Here we don't think we actually need to pass that little pit again. We can go this way instead. I need to go quite a way back. Way there. There we go. I think I'm zoomed in enough that I will see the pit so I don't accidentally step into one. Was this the way out? Stop complaining about sleeping now. Nearly out of this mess. No, this was not the way out. Let's rest then. Torch is burnt out anyway. Then the exit was further back this way. Down here. Yeah. This was the chest that we couldn't open. Not a lot we can actually do about that at this stage. Oh yeah, we could open this one. That's not true. There was another one we couldn't open. There was also a door that we couldn't open. Might go back here at some point if we find another key. That's been the case in the game before. But you have to go back to a dungeon once you've found the final keys. Gorth halted at the stairwell for a moment. He narrowed his eyes as if he were intently listening, then turned to face his companion. "I'd like to know your opinion," he said, his eyes lapanded on near darkness. "It is possible that Delcan has posted guards on the other side of this stairwell. If so, we may die even before we draw weapons." "We'll die if we don't go up, as I see it," Owen replied. "Die in a dungeon or die fighting for our lives. I'd at least like to think I was trying something." Dora smiled. "At times you're not the boy you pretend to be, but we still have the decision. Are you ready to make the ascent right now?" "Yes, we are." The stairwell was unguarded. Breathing a sigh of relief, Owen followed after his friend as they progressed down the corridors of the dungeon. Yes, this is floor 2 of the escape. We can go down again. Get the element of surprise. There's a witch there. I think we'll use a maximum power. He will seek. Take down the witch and severely damage these two guys. So, see if we can poison these guys as well. Would have helped quite a bit. We can still cast another bout of this, and we might as well. See what they had on them. What's the maximum charge? Is it 5? 4 on this. 2 on this. What I should have done is I should have moved them around, but fine. Wow. Stick this on Owen. For now. Spoiled rations. Don't seem to have to use torches here. This place is lit. another rough battle. We are doing okay in terms of health and stamina. No element of surprise though. And it's just 4 of these guys. Okay. I might be able to take care of them with one of these. These they will do quite a bit of damage. It takes guts to be an organ donor. I guess it does. You can't complain when you ask for them 48k RAM, just pointing that out. You can sort of complain when someone tells the jokes when you explicitly want a bad joke. You can't complain that you're giving one. These are not good jokes, they're bad jokes. Yeah. Boo, boo, boo. That turned out decently well. What the hell happened here? Did we get poisoned? We probably got poisoned and I didn't notice. Yeah, I'm a dad of 3 as well. You 3 boys. 6, 5 and 2. Congrats on adding the 3rd one to the list. You don't need a bad joke bot 48k RAM, at least not when I'm in your stream. I can sort of just do that for you. Yeah, we were trying for the goal, but after having 3 boys, I think that's we'll make do with the 3 boys. It's enough work as it is. Congrats on the goal. This battle really wasn't all that difficult, so let's take down this archer. And assuming they had poisoned blades or poisoned arrows. See how we ended up in this mess. Well, my Conga, yeah, he's actually better at it than I am. Without a doubt. We're doing absolutely fine now, so but they didn't get poisoned this time around, and actually the battle turned out better for us anyway, so might as just have been a saving to restore the save. We'll burn another torch. Check if these guys have anything worth stealing. More of this red wheat brew. More of the regular poisoned arrows. Yeah, plenty of them actually. And the dragonstone as well. Might might be tempted to use the Dragonstone at this point. Have to move something to the corpse to make a room, or put it in a bag here. We might put it in a bag. Yeah, there it is. So grab this. You can use it on the armor. And we can at least use it, although we'll then leave it behind. Give us temporary boost of the armor. As has been the case in this game before, you would think that Jim Morrison designed these levels. There are nothing but endless doors. Of course, this one is also locked. The skeleton key fits fine. Yeah, that's sort of the theme of the channel, awful jokes. Old role-playing games and awful jokes, that's pretty much it. Owen laughed quickly. Gorath impaled his mirthful companion with a venomous scowl, not at all amused that he had hit himself in the head trying to close the door. I think it'd be easier on your head if you backed up a step, Owen suggested in a patronizing tone. Keep laughing, I'll use yours as a battering ram. I wasn't even trying to close the door. Yeah, it says so in the intro. Come for the sexy accent, stay for the terrible jokes. Yeah, they go a full circle. They're so awful they turn good again. Let's see if we can approach these guys. There's 3 of these guys. This guy as well. Leave me alone. You bully. Yeah, welcome back anytime you're away. Thanks for dropping in. You sleep well. And my regards to the kids and family. You're an hour later than I am, so it's a 1:30 at this point over on your side. I wonder what we can do about this. Realistically, I guess we can just keep running around here like frightened chickens, but ultimately we're going to have to get rid of some of these guys. It really is a flaw in the combat system in this game that you just can't cast a spell unless you're in ranged combat. Sort of ridiculous to run around like this. Owen is getting pretty low on health. Yeah, later for the RAM, fun with the C64. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Owen is pretty much dead at this point. I have to redo this battle for sure. Yeah, I figured he would. It's quite frustrating to have very powerful magic and never being able to use it. Because you can't somehow get out of reach of the enemy. I keep closing the door. That's not actually what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to click the enemy. Got lucky this time around. We can at least use the spell and do that we shall. We all took quite a bit of damage. Let's assume a defensive posture here. Owen defend himself. Now Gorath is suddenly being accurate and on the ball for every single blow of the sword. Funny how the roll of the dice sometimes works here. This was a way different result. It was just it was on the other side of the spectrum. Okay, there should be at least 4 corpses in here. Those guys rarely have anything on them. This one has just this standard armor, some rations, unspoiled. Add them to the mix. 40 gold. Like that. 24 gold more. More unspoiled rations. We now have 3 full packs of rations. No, we don't. We very rarely use these arrows. I'd rather have the food in case we need it later. And on we go. Don't even actually think that we need to rest very much. Might rest for one night. Who knows how long we're going to have to struggle to get out of this. It could be multiple floors. Still don't know even how many floors there are on the way out of here. This is a dead end. At least. That was a door. Wasn't another way here, was there? Yes, there was, but this is not a dead end. Okay, let's finish the door first. Take us a while to explore this. It's the magic key without which we would be getting nowhere, I believe. Without finishing that fight and getting that skeleton key, we probably aren't moving ahead the game. Another word puzzle box. Answers its call without being asked, responds within seconds, and speaks all languages with equal ease. That's an echo. Sometimes these are just so obvious, but sometimes you're absolutely stumped. Suppose we can combine these. Can't. There is one charge here, two here. What we'll do, we'll take the single charge one, use it. And we'll take this one. Need to move something between them. Maybe this. Then we still have one, which is the same as we did before we went in here, but we've also improved the armor. Next fight, which I'm sure there will be many. Now let's go swing over the pit. Good key, isn't it? Go a little bit further into the room before engaging in this battle. No element of surprise, at least. Look at the sheer power of this spell. Basically took down 4 guys at once. I never got a shot in. These Russians are not okay. don't think these can be spoiled. Didn't we already apply this to the armor? I think we did. Yes, we did. We don't have another one. Might not need one. Keep this one though, it's far more valuable than the whetstone. Find those relatively often. This is the magical casting potion. Improves the accuracy of the casting. Some more rations. More fire corals as well. We already have some of them, yeah, but not a full pack. We'll take these. Lots of stuff here in the chest as well. $25 shovels. I have 9. We'll leave 9. Take 25. Fill up our supply of shovels. Then we rest twice. Burn another torch. Save the game and open yet another door. There's the way out. Potentially at least to the next floor. Not quite done with this level though. I think we left some stuff behind here. Best finish this. The going of this level is a lot easier than it was on the level below. Or perhaps we're just getting better at this. That's also a possibility. Yeah, this was the other door. Was there something more down here as well? Was this the only way when we got here first? One key to rule them all, really? Save before venturing in here. Was there a battle? I think Owen just reflected that piece of magic, but still got caught a bit. go after the magical caster. We have to hit him, Gorath. That's good. The amount of damage that he's actually able to do in melee combat is almost laughable. Poor accuracy, and even if you do make an actual hit, which is very rare, the amount of damage that you're actually able to do is piss poor. I guess we'll just run back and forth here. He can now help. No, he actually can't because he's not in range. Now he can. Gorath's melee ability has increased. That's nice. Gorath needs to rest anyway, so we'll just rest both of them. We have 24 rations between them. That's roughly 12 per each. Seeing as we already have a way to the at least the floor above, we're probably semi-safe with the rations, but, although I would feel more comfortable if we found some more rations on these guys. Restoratives, more of them actually. Full pack, compliment. More of them. You could have actually used them, though I don't think you can use them directly from the packs. You need to put them on you to be able to do that. More rations, very nice. 6 here. Give the rest to Gorath. And then there's a chest here at the bottom of the room. This is an alphabet, right? Fairly sure it is. Yeah. The funny thing, as I've said before, is that some of them seem so obvious, but others are quite difficult. I have 12 charges of these here. That's probably the max, right? Yeah. We can move them. Move something over to Owen here. Pick the one with 5, pull it over here, use it once, put it back. drag the one with 12 over here. Also need to make space for this gem. At least I suppose we need to do that. Yeah. It's going to fetch a pretty penny. It'd be worth it to use it. We have so much stuff. Yeah, shoot. There's so much junk here. Is that the spider here? Yeah, this seems like a multi-use sort of item, but this has limited uses. So I guess we only need one of them. No, I don't think I've ever tried using it. I guess it has infinite uses, so I guess you can use it as often as you like. So it's probably pointless to keep the other one. Which makes the space we need. Yeah, they're also very cryptic, often or not, so they don't really tell you much of anything. Even if you do read the descriptions, you often just need to test the item, figure out what it does, and even if you do test it, it's not certain at all. I've never used the poison at all on anything. I've used the poisoned arrows a few times, but they largely seem to not do very much. Or rather, both of them are pretty poor shots, so even if you do use them, the chances of something happening seem to be pretty low. Perhaps dipping the blade in poison does more. There was nothing, we didn't leave anything behind here, did we? This was just the way down. There's no other door here. I think that basically means we're done. I think we've done every exit. I think there's anything left behind here. This was a dead end. This one is as well. other exits out of this room? No. We've carefully gone in both directions here, I believe, as well. We completed both of these. We did. At least this one. This one is at that end. We've done this one as well. That leaves this space here with the pit. And this is where we find the staircase going up. This is the end of this floor. I don't see anything further to do here. Don't need to rest at the moment, so let's head onwards. Really can't see anything here. Already done all of these chests here and the final barrel. Dorothy looked up the narrow stairwell. It was definitely way up, but he questioned whether it was the right way for them to be going at the moment. What do you think, Owen? He asked. Feel like climbing all that way back up? Yeah, I think we will. They weren't absurd. Thankfully, they had emerged from the dungeon alive. Gareth made a mental note to say a prayer of thankfulness to Ruthia once they were in safer circumstances. There still was the matter of escaping the outer perimeter of Sarsago to worry about. Indeed. We are in Sarsagoth. Though a frosty wind sculled dust around the monitoral stronghold of Sarsagoth, no snow or ice formed on its ancient battlements. Instead, there was only a lonely howl that whispered between 1,000 pikes, which fanned out in every direction from the fortress, each graced with a decapitated head. That's nice. We have a note. It's very annoying that you can't just read the notes directly from the back. That would make life so much easier for us. Now we're in a predicament where we need to move the note somewhere else. We also need to fit this somewhere. We can't drop anything unless we exit the menu. What we'll probably drop is the food. I guess this is the way that we go back. Food will probably be there when we go back. The use of the stone is ancient, dating since the time of the original Marmandamus. It would appear, however, that the crystal, preferably an emerald, is required in conjunction with Nara's rib to properly invoke the Lord of the Void. Okay, so we do need You need to use we do need to use an emerald in some cases. We have 2 of them. Don't suppose they can be combined. There is a shop here. What sort of shop is it? Maybe he wants to buy a ring. Doesn't really offer us much money for it though. Yeah, we won't be selling him the jewels at least. They won't fetch a good price here. There's a tavern here as well. What is this conversation? The look of a mercenary, unkempt and unshaven. Certainly must have tied up with a group or a larger company as the captains who require discipline of self as well as discipline of sword, neither characteristics which seemed in evidence in the man's stubbled face. Eyes also seemed to reflect a vacant stupidity, a quality undesirable in any clan chief, but a positive boom for soldiers in the field. Pelican pays well, he said, swilling down the contents of the ale cup in his grasp. But I can't say how much care for his strings. He needs to hire Cassians rather than Quickens if he wants to improve in stock. I don't believe that is what most interests him, Goroth replied. His loss, the man said, his loss. Shall we attempt to bard? $18 sovereigns is still 18 sovereigns. Man at the look of a mercenary, unkempt and unshaven. Yeah, same conversation that we had before. Yeah. Gambler doesn't have any money. What does the barman have to say? Sell us rations for a reasonable price. There is no inn here. This is just a tavern. Out we go. And we can enter here. No. It's just the way we came. We're back in business. Now, where do we go from here? What did James say? I swear 90% of the pics on my phone are pictures, various pictures of the kids in different kind of poses that I've taken with one or the other of the pod devices. Yeah, good night, Eva. We're about to pack it in anyway. We're largely done with what we want to get done this stream, for sure. We made it out of this dungeon in about 3 hours flat. And next stream we'll try to head off and continue with chapter 4. We might be half done or maybe even slightly more. I'll switch back to the face cam and see. We might want to raid, and there's still a few of you here, although it's pretty late at this point. Who's on? Beanhead is still on. He's rated us a few times. Edgery is also on. He's playing some Fortnite. He rated us before. Maybe we should rate him back. Might as well. Set it up. Thanks for coming, guys. Might and Magic here tomorrow, 2200 UTC as per usual. Thanks again for the follow, Gelatin. Thanks for the raid, Ergery. Thanks for the follow, Spiritual Chief of Krongs. You enjoy the rest of your night, sleep well, and potentially see you here tomorrow. Until then, later.